Hey guys, this is your coach, Dr. Andrea Dickerson here, and today I just want to talk to you about one of the fastest ways to scale your business. And I'm going to give you the behind the scenes on what I did.
Are you ready to start?
So to be honest, I like to go into my story first so that I can make sure that you can relate to me. But when I started working in childcare, I honestly didn't start with a vision of multiple locations. I started with the passion and the love and the desire to care for children. And God opened up doors that made that possible for me. I never even had like a thought that it would be a viable business that could grow. I just wanted to give back to the community. I know a lot of you all start at that place where you just want to give back, you want to help people, and you just want to do what you love. But then about 2 years after starting my very first location, I experienced a lot of traumatic impact from having my first child that was diagnosed with Bell's palsy. And for those of you that don't know what that is, he was paralyzed with the use of his limbs on the left side of his body, so he couldn't use his arm and leg as normal. We had to go through physical therapy, and he overcame. Also, when I started that location, I had some inner issues. I never managed people before, never followed a business that was particular about the rules and regulations. I never had a business before, so I had a lot of inner growth and development that I needed, but I didn't have. And so within those 2 years, I realized like this isn't what I thought it would be. So I sold that location. I never reached my full capacity. We were licensed for well over 200 children, but I struggled to get 60 because I didn't have what I'm about to tell you. And so because I was missing a lot of things, I struggled. Got rid of that location, but the desire, the love, and the passion to care for children never left me. How many of you all can relate to that? So because it never left me, I prayed about it, and God started sending different signs in my journey that I should get started again. So lo and behold, by this time, my credit is bad. I don't have the type of income that I had when I started, and my relationship with my husband was not at its best. My son had gotten healed, and thank God for that. But I just had a lot of challenges. So I remember calling on my first lady, and I explained to her, I just feel this strong passion and desire that I should be doing this. And I prayed and I asked God to give me a sign. And she texted me back and she told me, you should go for it. And so I started over again, but this time I moved quickly and I moved by faith. But I also started with systems. I realized from my past that I needed to understand how to manage a team, how to manage tasks, how to manage curriculum, how to manage parents, how to manage enrollment, how to manage my finances, how to prepare to go to the next level. So when I started over in my family location, the house was no more than 700 square feet. we can house 6 children on one side, which was the living room, and 6 children on the other side, which was the bedroom. So I learned to act quickly on my ideas that would come to me, because there was no way that I would get back to a large facility without having systems in place. So by me putting systems in place, I operated a location that could only carry 6 kids as a family, 12 children as a group. I operated it based on systems. Some of the things that I did, even in a small location, will blow your mind, such as I hired 2 employees. That was a new mindset shift. I knew I couldn't do everything myself. Then I started using subcontractors. I hired subcontractors to help me develop the curriculum, because I didn't want to keep going into that building or into that house every day creating curriculum for the children. So by me bringing on a subcontractor, they were able to help me create my curriculum system. So now I'm getting more done with less of my time in the day-to-day. And now my mind is free, and I'm thinking about what I can do bigger and greater. Long story short, you guys, I quickly grew from 6 children to 12, from 12 to 24, from 24 to 36. Now I'm managing 2 group centers, only because I had the systems that empowered me to scale. Now I'm managing 2 group centers, and I opened up my nanny agency. My nanny agency has nannies that are going out. That type of money was okay, but it wasn't in the amounts that I wanted. So I shifted that business model into working with only groups so that I can get to a larger amount of money. And then I was able to take that money, improve my family location, improve my group location, and also open up my next location. By me doing so, I quickly scaled. So I scaled with systems, and then I also scaled with investments. Now, how did I scale with investments with only 30 plus children? I was able to do so because my family and I, we made sacrifices. I didn't have the nice house, and I was riding pretty okay. I wasn't as dolled up as I am now, but I was still cute. And it was things that I did to sacrifice so that I can be able to grow. My family and I, we decided that we would sleep on the floor, get up in the morning, and get ready for our next day. With all of that going on, for a short period of time, we were able to manifest more of my vision and goals by keep moving forward. So at the end of the day, I went on to open up one of the largest Black-owned child care facilities in my city at that time. I quickly grew my enrollment to full enrollment in less than 90 days. I was employing team members to keep my business moving forward, and I still needed to improve and create better systems. And many of you are there where your systems are in place, but you need better systems to manage where you're headed. My vision began to grow where I could see myself managing multiple locations. And so I strengthened my systems to manage multiple locations, all while running my group center, my child care learning center, and my nanny agency. I strengthened my systems to be able to do that. And within 2 years, I transitioned my group, made 1 center, kept my nanny agency, and then opened up another large facility. So now I'm not just the largest Black-owned facility in my city. Now I became the only multi-center owner in my city, no matter what, across the board. It was across the board. So now I'm managing multiple locations, my nanny agency, and then I opened up IOwnADaycare.com. And the only reason why I was able to do those things with grace is because I had written processes. So I wrote my processes out for how to open my businesses, how to manage my businesses during the day, and how to do what I call a closeout of my businesses. I had so many supernatural moments with God giving me the clarity and the wisdom on what I needed to do, Because when I got started, there were no coaching programs. There was no Coach Andrea out there. There was no one sounding the alarm like how I'm sounding the alarm to tell owners that it's bigger than this. It's more to you than this, and you can really do those things. So a lot of what I learned through trial and error, and I learned by getting it from the voice of God. And by me doing so, I was able to scale. Now I'm putting my systems in written format where they can be duplicated from my location to location and also to my clients. So I was able to create online systems that allowed me to duplicate what was already written in my business. Those online systems have gone on to create franchise models for my clients. Many of my clients that use my program, they quickly grow from 1 to 2 locations, or 2 to 3 locations, or 3 to 5 locations. I have seen owners take this process and these systems and scale just that quickly. And when you begin to scale, you'll realize that it was never ever about what you thought it was about. It was always about having a formula, having a system that you use faith, tenacity, and investments in order to scale. So that's it, you guys. That's my story on what you can do to scale your business and how I was able to scale as well. I hope that I've said something today that motivates and inspires you. If you are listening today and you're saying, hey, I want to really improve my systems and I want to strengthen what I got going on to manage multiple locations, then I'm your girl. Be sure to reach out to me at www.iownadaycare.com. Bye, you guys.